Right, welcome everybody to Friday night is, did you all shout onion night? Oh, please yourselves. I'll make it fun. Yeah, Friday night is onion night. And if anybody's just come across this thinking, what are you on about, Pete? I'm hosting a giant onion growing challenge where anybody can go to Foster Seeds, buy the variety LC, have a go at growing them with lights, with grow lights, without lights. And at the end of it, we'll have a little weigh up. Somebody wins, bragging rights, prize, bunting, trip around the town in an open top bus. All right. So that's what it's all about. And if you'd like to get involved, just go to Foster Seeds, buy some LC, have a go at growing it. If you've got a channel, stick up some in, blah, blah, blah. All right. Anyway, tonight, I'm going to go over a bit of sort of things I picked up on from what people said to me last week. We'll have a look at my onions at 3 weeks old. In fact, let's go and do that first. Go and have a look. Go on. Right, let's go and have a look at some onions then. Here we are in the grow tent. I have got one of those yellow sticky fly traps up there. I've put that there just in case there was any, what are they called, fungus gnats, is it, in the compost? But as you can see, there's nothing on it, so happy days there. Hopefully it doesn't flicker too much. Over this side, we've got the seed that Duncan sent me, looking really nice. In the middle, this is the star of the show. This is the LC. And I'll put up some closer pictures of this in a minute. And over here, we got the Kelsey. Canadian onions, don't you know? All right, so that's them. Sat there in the grow tent. At the moment, they're on 16 hours, excuse me, 16 hours of light. And like I say, something I didn't mention last time, the light is 8 inches away from the plants. Now, my grow lights are the old-fashioned T5 fluorescent tubes that give off quite a bit of heat. If you've got the LED versions, they don't give off nowhere near as much heat, and you could possibly get a bit closer. All right, so that's the overall picture of the onions as they stand. And like I say, we'll do a close-up of the best and the worst of each ones as we go along. Actually, I'll do it now, otherwise it won't make any sense. Already, I'm looking and trying to select out the better ones. So in each set of seeds, I've got a plant label with B on it for the best. So that's the best of Duncan's there in the middle. Good first true leaf coming on. And if I put the picture up, you can see the difference between the best and the worst. The same with the LC for the competition. This is slightly different because this is multi-sown in here. There's approximately 40 plants grown in here now. And there again, where is it? Yeah, I've got the best one there marked up. And I can't really show you the worst in here because they're all, well, they're multi-sown and I can't separate them up. So these are them at 3 weeks now. And in here, we've got the Kelsey, which I have to say is the most uniform of all the seeds I got. And there again, I'll put a picture up of the best and the worst of them. I'm already selecting out and pulling out anything that's not going to make the grade, because you know these are special. These aren't just chuck a load of onions in the ground and just let them get on with life. These are special that we got to look after, and bring on the beautiful massive onions, man. Right, that's them. Let's get back to it. Right, so that's had a look at them. I might repeat myself a bit now because just after that, Anne called up. She had fish and chips she brought home, so I had to go and eat that. You can't let fish and chips go cold, can you? Anyway, right, so let's crack on. From last week, Jimmy said I didn't mention how high my lights are above my plants. My lights are 8 inches above the plant. I've got the old style T5s with the fluorescent tubes. They give out quite a bit of heat, so I need to keep them a bit higher. If you've got the newer versions or LED lights, you could have them a bit lower. All right, so that's one thing Jimmy picked me up on, which is great. If I'm doing anything wrong or saying anything wrong, shoot me down in flames, you know. Don't do that. I don't give a shit, really. Anyway, Rob, he had a very good point because I potted them up into a block of these cell trays, 15 cell trays. They're about 7 centimeters. And he said, don't do that because looking after them as they grow on will be more difficult because obviously they're all joined together. So I took that on board, and what I did, I've cut them all up into individual pots. All right, so you'd have seen that in the onions. All right, so try and get 7 centimeter pots or cut up your trays. All right, that's that. Now, I also panicked. I know it's not like me to panic, is it? You know, like the carrots and marigolds, and tomatoes. Anyway, and I was panicking because I had planted some up in small pots like these. These are about 3.5 centimeters, something like that. I had roots coming out the bottom, and I thought I need to do something with them. In hindsight, they would have been all right in here if I'd given them a bit of a feed. All right, could it be about 5 weeks before we do anything with these, potting them on, that is. So I could have fed them. And he suggested seaweed mix. The one I've got here is Max Crop, extract of seaweed with sequented, yeah, iron. All right, and that is, I only needed a small amount, and it's 45 liters, 45 liters, 45 mil in 9 liters. So I just made up a liter. I didn't even need all that. It's only just to water these two. So that was 5 mil in a liter. All right. So as far as the seaweed feed, that's what I'm using, Maxi Crop. All right. So that's that. Right. Duncan from Coastal Gardens, North Wales, he's just done an absolutely brilliant potting on from cells into bigger pots. All right, he's covered everything and he knows what he's on about. So go and watch that. It's in the playlist on my channel, which is GOGC 2425 playlist. Everybody's videos that I've found are on that playlist. All right, and 2 things sort of look into the future, if you're not at that stage yet, that you will need to get hold of are some of these plastic clips and some of these stakes to stake your onions and hold them up. All right, now he suggested, and it's what I do, if you get 2-foot ones, they'll take you right through the growing stage of what you need these for. And early on, you can cut them in half when they're smaller plants. So if you go for 2 foot and you can cut them in half, and these clips, they just clip around here like that. All right. So looking to the future, you want to be looking to get yourself some of these. Hopefully I've put some photos up and you can see what they are. You don't necessarily have to get those ones, obviously, but that's what they are, and that's what you'll be after. All right, so that's that. Looking to the future. Get rid of them. Right, and that's them sorted. And here, just a little tip I saw, not necessarily just for the onions, but for bringing on seeds in general that need a bit of heat. If you've just got one of those like fold down heat mats, if you get yourself some of this, which is Celotex insulation board, if you put that down, then your heat mat on top, you won't lose heat down through. It'll get reflected back up there. All right, you've only got to put your hand on top of this and you can feel the heat coming back at you, baby. All right, this is a good tip if you've just got a heat mat. What else we got going on? That's about it. The onions, like I say, 3 weeks. They're just starting to show really good first true leaves, and they're still really strong. I've upped my light hours to 16 now, and they'll be, see, Duncan says 24, and he knows what he's on about, so perhaps I should put it up to 24. Yeah. Right, so that's just a little quick update of where I am, and massive thanks to everybody who's joined in. To be honest, it's got a bit mad, and I'm struggling to keep up with what's going on and who's joined in and all the rest of it. But massive thank you. It's gone beyond whatever I thought it was going to be. So, right, onion news. Let's crack straight on onion news, so I'm not here too long. Well, mentioned in dispatches, yes, we are. Some Scottish gardening royalty, that's Eli and Kate, sent me a lovely email saying that some of their subscribers mentioned the onion grow along to them, and they just sent me an email wishing me good luck and saying that their subscribers had said how much they're enjoying it. So massive thanks for her, and she's also actually promoted it with the introductory video about doing it. So I'm just blown away, really. I really am. And I've got a feeling that Lorna, oh God, I wish I could read my writing sometimes. Anyway, yeah. Linda, sorry. My writing is absolutely shocking. I think Linda and Ian, Papa Patch, I think maybe they had something to do with that, talking to them. So much appreciated. Now, Elaine from Allotment Joy. I mean, Allotment Joy, that says everything about Elaine, it really does. Now, her husband's made a reflective grow tent out of one of those out sunny plastic tents, and he's lined it with reflective material, and he sewed it all in. Apparently he learnt sewing when he was in the army. I'm sorry, I don't know his name, Elaine, but fantastic, absolutely brilliant. And that's going to come in so handy for not just the onions but other things as you go along for seedlings. I think that's brilliant. So fantastic to there. Jimmy, plot 21B, you're a bugger, you are, Jimmy. I was literally about to sit down and start planning tonight and filming tonight, and you put up a video, didn't you? So then I had to go and watch that, see if there's anything that I needed to mention, and there was. Jimmy's given his a haircut. Now his thinking behind it is he thought they were getting a bit weedy, looking a bit flimsy, so he's given them a haircut to try and strengthen them up. I've heard about this, not done it myself, so that'll be really interesting to see how he gets on with them. And they're looking really strong. So fair play, Jimmy. They're looking brilliant. Duncan, Coastal Guard, North Wales. I think I've said already, he's done an absolutely brilliant potting on video. Everything you need to know, and he knows what he's talking about. You know, he's grown a £7 onion, so he's worth listening to. All right, so that's in the playlist. Go along and have a look at that. Lots to learn there. So thanks for that, Dunk. That's brilliant. Mark, Gang and Peanut. Now, apparently, he reckons that kissing the seed before you plant them is going to be worth an extra few hundred grams. So Mark's kissed all his seeds before he planted them. And he's also teased us with a reveal of a secret weapon. And it must be important because he's got Tweety Pie looking after it. All right, dear old Tweety Pie there looking after Mark's secret weapon. So look forward to the next one, Mark. Nice teaser to keep viewers interested. Really good. Alfred Allotment, Team No Lights. Pots are in the ground for the final position. Now, that's an interesting question. Probably for me, last year I grew in the bed, just a normal raised bed, and they turned out, the best ones, around £3.5, which for me, first time doing it, I was over the moon with. But this time, I'm going to try and build a sort of semi-dedicated onion bed, and they'll be in the onion bed, but also in quite large pots with the bottom cut out of them. But I'll if I get to do it, obviously I'll share it, and I'll share it in plenty of time so you can see what's what. But in a well-prepared raised bed, you'll get a £3 onion, I hope. All right. So that's, yeah. Oh, last week I forgot to mention his partner Stacey, because I know they garden together. So please tell Stacey I apologise. I had her name written down and everything completely went out my head. I probably saw a butterfly or something. That's me. Anyway, Chef, not Chief. No E in that. No I in it either. Yeah, Chef Wenford. Says he's in Ireland and would like to take part. Now, I know Foster Seeds won't send to Ireland. And I did comment back to you last week saying, just email me and I'll send you some, because I know Foster's won't send to Ireland. But I've sent some over there, so no issue with that. All right, just email me. Email's in my channel description. Laura's going to do a video, though she's not got a channel. Yeah, on that note, if anybody's not got a channel, and that, if you can just, because this has got way out of hand, I thought there'd be half a dozen people would join in that have got channels and we could see what each other are doing, but that's not the case. There's a lot of people joining in that haven't got a YouTube channel. You got two options, really. You could either just video something really simply on your phone and upload it, and just hashtag it, or just take a few photographs and email me. All right, just so we got it's just something to look at and see how you're getting on. All right, so that'd be brilliant if you could do that. It'd be much appreciated. I got a brilliant one here. Zegan makes music. He obviously knows what he's on about when it goes to growing stuff, and I think it's probably next level on from us, because he was on about plant vapor pressure deficit, or he said VPD, and I didn't have a clue what that was, so I looked it up, and it's all to do with vapor levels like within the plant compared to the air, and how much vapor the plant is expelling compared to bringing up. It's you could do if you're interested in that, go and look up VPD. It's fascinating. There again, I think next level up from what we're doing, because let's be honest, we're all just amateurs at doing this, aren't we? You know, I'm no Peter Glazebrook or Joe Ortington yet, mind. Who knows? So that was an interesting thing to have a look at. Jane asked if I'd like to do a live. I haven't got a clue how to do it, but I can find out. And I don't know if you lot could put up with a live of me. I really don't. But if you'd like to, maybe get Duncan and Rob involved, who do know what they're talking about and would be able to answer your questions. Let me know. I'll see if I can figure it out. I've got a pencil. We always figure anything out with a pencil. Ivan Upbeat Allotment admits senior moment when he thought a packet of poppy seeds were onion seeds. I looked at his video, and what happened was, as we say in Cornwall, dear old Ali, My Rusty Gardens, had sent him some seeds, a lot of seeds. Not like her to send a lot of seeds, I know. Some were onions. Then she put in a link to my Grow Along challenge on a bit of paper. There were seeds sort of close to that. He thought it was onion seeds. It wasn't. It was poppy seeds. And I was looking at it thinking, that's not Elsie onions. That's not what we're growing. Anyway, yeah, I could easily see how he got mistaken. He emailed me. I've sent him some seeds. Happy days. So hopefully, Ivan, you've got the right seeds now. You can join in and look forward to seeing your videos and updates. Mark, Grown Plot 21, Jenny, Plot 13. They've just both put up sowing videos. So if you want to go and have a look, see what those two have done. They're in the playlist. And thanks for that. And right, well, finally, really, Julia Rose Davison, who's getting some seeds to join in. Apparently, she's had some problems with the Foster's website not loading. I've had that a couple of times, but hopefully, if you persist, it will load and you can get your seeds, Julie. All right, and she sort of asked, how big will these things grow? Well, I would like to think, okay, I've got to manage expectations here a bit, because you look on the website and they're all on about these £10 onions, £15 onions. In reality, for us amateurs doing what we're doing, I'd love it if one of you done that. I really would. I'd love it. But in reality, if we can grow something between £3 and £7, I'd be over the moon for everybody. And if you can grow a £3 onion, you'll be the talk of your allotment. You really will. And they'll be going, I should do that. Look at the size of that. Oh, fancy. And all that business. And this, wait, is roughly a £3 onion. All right, this is one I grew last year, and I'm putting that for seed. All right, you can't get your hands around it. All right, you know, and because people ask, why are you growing these giant onions? Well, why not? It's just a bit of fun, and it doesn't only apply to the giant ones. It applies to all onions. It's all the same. The only difference is the seed. So if you can grow things well, no matter what variety it is, they'll come out well. All right. And that's what this is all about. Everybody joining in, having some fun, learning off each other. Because I'm new to this. This is in no way a how-to from me. I just really enjoy doing it. And that's why I've hosted this. Sort of a bit of a sneaky backdoor entry to getting better by getting better people than me show me what to do. All right. So that's that. That's what we're hoping to grow. Any issues getting seed, just email me. My email's in the description. And spread the word to anybody you think might want to join in. Massive thank you to everybody who already is joining in. I feel like I'm at the Oscars now. I like to thank my mother, my grandfather. Actually, grandfather was a brilliant onion grower. I like putting a picture up of him. And my father was. So I'm third generation giant onion grower. Well, I will be. Right, that's it. Enough waffling from me. Hope you enjoyed it. Chuck in the comments any questions you've got, anything you want to know. There's people in there that will answer them if I can't. And see you next Friday. That's it. Cheers and go home.